Hello, this is Ed, NZ1Q, and this is my shack. Now I've been a ham for a lot of years and been enjoying the whole thing. And today a lot of new hams start with their technician class license, and that gives them privileges on some of the bands that are pretty active these days, especially the VHF, UHF bands. For instance, the VHF band we call 2 meters. Alright, we're listening to 2 meter FM right now, which is one of the modes commonly used in the area, and this is a spark repeater, and we're listening to a couple of folks talking there now. W4CBJ, this is NZ1Q, and we're doing a little bit of a video for some of the new hams out there, and we're demonstrating 2 meters right now, 2 meter FM. So I know that you're on there, let's see, Joe, W4CBJ, and Walt, N4ELH, and I don't know, somebody else was there, maybe Dale, I'm not sure, but well, good to hear you guys on, and we're filming now, and we want to make sure that you guys get a chance to say hello here, because we're doing the audio as well as video. So Walt, why don't you say hello, and we're going to run this film hopefully at the a science fair here in St. Pete, and it'd be great to have prospective hams get a feel for how this operates. So over to you, Walt, and then you can turn it over to Joe and just say hi and stuff like that. NZ1Q.
Well, this is N4ELH. My name is Walt, and I live at Cabot Cove in Largo. It's an assisted living facility, and I'm an old guy. And the guy that we were talking to, W4CBJ, is even older. Anyway, I'm at ground level. I have an antenna up on top of my building, and I'm probably 20 miles from the repeater that's relaying this conversation. It's an interesting way to communicate. Now, I think Joe's going to pick this up after me. I'm running about 50 watts of power, and my antenna sticks up in the air probably 30 feet. Joe will be using a little walkie-talkie handheld, not much bigger than a cell phone with an antenna sitting out of the top of it, and he's running 1 watt of power, 1/50th of what I'm sending, and it's just really interesting. So I'm going to turn it over to I guess to Joe to say something about this. I started in radio when I was 12 or 13 years old, but I didn't get my license till quite a bit later. Hopefully you'll be able to talk to Wesley, one of our younger members. This is N4ELH. Head direct the door wherever you want it to go.
Yeah, thanks, Walt. Let's go over to Joe, W4 CBJ, and I see that JoJo is also on here. Maybe we can get JoJo in. But yeah, go ahead, Joe. NZ1Q.
Okay, this is W4CBJ. Whiskey 4 Charlie Bravo Juliet. My name is Joe. I'm in downtown St. Petersburg, about 2 blocks from the City Hall, and I'm inside, up on the 16th floor, with a handheld, and the little antenna is all I'm using, running about 1 watt, and I have been licensed approximately 70 years. In fact, the end of this month, my license runs out and I'm going to get it renewed. I think it's probably the 7th time I've renewed my license. So that's it for now, and this is a great club. Probably the best one at St. Petersburg Amateur Radio Club. The best club I've ever seen I've been a member of. So there, W4 CBJ.
All right, Joe, thanks a lot for that. That's great. Yeah, it's good to be a member of the Spark Club in Pinellas County here. There's a lot of members, and we are pretty active. We do a lot of things, so let's see if JoJo is out there, W4XXI. Maybe JoJo, you'd like to say hello as well. NZ1Q.
Good morning, SW4XXI. Good morning.
in my blood, in my family for a number of years. I've been a radio operator for over 45 years. Not as long as a ham. But with that being said, the amateur radio field is definitely the backbone to America, with threat of EMPs and natural disasters and everything to go on. I know, being in the military, I've been in the Marine Corps for several years, and we relied heavily in the field on radio, where normal communications would not get through, using relay stations. So it is an exciting field to get into. Ultra weather tracking, talking with your family, even listening to the ISS. You can go satellite stations, moon bounce. I mean, the sky is the limit with this career. So without tying up the repeater too much longer, good luck to everybody looking to get into the field. We'll await you, and best of luck to you with that. It's the W4 XXI, Joseph, about 40 miles from the repeater, 70 feet up in the air. We'll say back to net control, W4 XXI.
Hey, very good, Jojo. Yeah, it's a remarkably good signal for 40 miles away, I got to tell you that. And I know you're always working on improving it, but it's a nice signal for sure down here. At least this morning, doing a great job. So, yeah, I know, yeah, back in the military, radio communications is really important, a big part of that. I learned about radio from my dad, who was in the Navy, and he knew Morse code and taught me that to start, but also a lot of radio stuff, so that's how I got involved. So very good. All right, guys, I'm going to say 73 to everybody there, and have a good day. We'll look for you again on the radio here, but we'll sign off for the time being. This is NZ1Q. Go ahead, Walt. All right. Well, we talked a little bit about getting into amateur radio, and the starting place is typically the technician license. Rather easy license test to pass. Yeah, it's a test, but it's given locally here, and you can apply for it and study for the exam and then pass the test. That test will let you get on 2-meter FM, which we were talking to a couple of our friends just a little while ago. And there's a local ham who's 10 years old, and he got his technician class license. And this is his card. We have QSL cards, and you can see the cards that I have on the wall behind me. And these are from stations that I've worked all around the world. So this is his card. Now, he's recently upgraded to a general class license. And a general class license, for instance, you can use a manual like this to study for it, the general class license test. And you can also take that locally. It's given by the ham clubs like our club, Spark Club. And once you get your general class license, then you can use many more different radio frequencies. And these cards I have on the wall are from stations I've worked all around the world on some of the different amateur radio bands. So with that, once you get your general class license, you can use other modes and really have some interesting contacts. There's a lot of digital modes to use. There's voice modes like what we call single sideband. Also the FM mode we talked about before, even AM. And some of the digital modes like you see here, this is on the 20-meter band, and there are international stations that I'm working. Now, a digital mode is basically keyboard to keyboard like text messages. And in this program, and my radio is shown here with all of the frequencies, and these are different stations that are transmitting right now. And they'll come up on this screen, and I can actually attempt to make contact with one of them. Now, if I choose somebody like this guy in Canada and attempt to talk to him, I'm sending out a signal now to contact him. And if he hears that signal, he can then send a signal back to me, and I can get information back as to where he lives, the quality of my signal, the way he's receiving it, and things of that nature. I get his name and other information as well. So now I'm waiting to see if he'll transmit back to me. And no, he didn't that time, but we'll maybe choose somebody else. Let's see. Oh, here's a guy in Italy. maybe we'll try this fella in Italy and see if he'll come back to us. So we enjoy using voice modes, and some of the digital modes are new. They've only been out a few years, but we've learned them pretty quickly because it's easy to set up on your computer. Now some radios don't use a computer, but mine happens to at this point, so that's why I've got the screens up this way. There are a big selection of equipment out there, but it's always good to start with some used equipment or borrowed equipment so you can get a feel for what you like and how it works. Alright, we've made contact with this one station that's in this kind of brown, I call it brick color, and we've contacted him, and I'm now putting this in my log, which is also a log book that I have on my computer, so I keep a record of the stations I've worked. And this digital mode is called FT8, and it's fairly new, only a couple years old, but a lot of people that are using it.
Hi, I'm Pat, Alpha Alpha Zero Oscar. I'm president of the St. Petersburg Amateur Radio Club. The club was founded in 1932 and we have well over 100 members today. If you're interested in listening to amateur radio, you can do it for free on the internet by using a software-defined radio. These are radios that people have hooked to their computers and then to the internet and allow you to listen to it. To find it on the internet, you can look up web SDR or software-defined radio, and you'll be able to find these all over the world. In order to transmit on amateur radio, though, you'll need an FCC license. At the Spark Club, we have volunteer examiners where we give the FCC exam twice a month. All the questions and the answers are available online, and you'll be able to study up and be able to pass the test pretty easily. We've had people from 8 years to 80 years old pass the test, so it's available to everyone. To find the times that we give the test, you can look up our website at spark-club.org. That's sparc-club.org.
Let's throw it to Dean, W8IM, with a demonstration of sending Morse code. Some images of Spark at our Parks on the Air activation. Our Florida QSO Party Award. Winter Field Day operations. Our Field Day equipment. Antenna setup for Field Day. Fox hunting. Well, we found the food. Pinellas ACS emergency radio equipment. Summer Field Day. AMSAT communicating through a satellite. Our club shack. And a club meeting. We miss seeing everyone in person and demonstrating ham radio with you. We look forward to seeing everyone next year. To learn more, visit St. Pete Amateur Radio Club at spark-club.org. the American Radio Relay League at arrl.org. To listen worldwide, visit websdr.org. And for the Pinellas County ACS, visit pcacs.org.